Hi, I'm Leslie, and I guide people into physical, mental, and emotional wellness. I do this through these 6 practices to master your moment. And I like to take action, and that's how I master my moment. So let's get started. So, what is Master Your Moment anyway? Master Your Moment is a series of practices that the most successful people do in the world. I'm talking CEOs, founders, directors, presidents of companies, professors, doctors, and even some athletes. If you want to be a successful person, then it starts with self care. And that's what Master Your Moment is. It's learning these 6 practices that will help you be intentional about how you want to live each moment to moment to moment of your life. So now let's break down into what these 6 practices actually are. The word moment in Master Your Moment actually stands for meditation, observation, monograph, exercise, nurture your mind, and testimony. Meditation can be through prayer, through a guided experience, or as simple as a breathing technique. Observation is really about visualizing what is happening and what you want to happen. So those like CEOs or athletes actually visualize themselves doing the thing that they need to do as their next step before they go and actually do it. It's like a mental rehearsal for the mind. Monograph is typically used for writing in an academic sense, but for our purposes, I'm using it to represent journaling or writing your thoughts or even doing art, anything that is representing expression that you put down on paper. An exercise is just that, but it can also be different and not always used as an intense as what most people think of exercise. It's really just about movement and moving your body however you are able. Humans are meant to move and we don't do it enough. So it can help you to be more intentional about it. And next is nurturing your mind. And this is typical of what people want to do to learn something new. Then there is testimony. And as a part of this practice, it's referring to affirmations or things that you say to yourself to affirm your beliefs. So, what makes meditation so important to practice? Meditation can reduce stress, improve your focus, increase your self awareness, and basically improve your overall health. Not only does it have all these amazing benefits, the one I enjoy the most is having self compassion. If you are anything like me and you beat yourself up over maybe yelling at your kid or snapping at your spouse, or maybe you just keep making mistakes over and over and it seems like you're never good enough. Well, when you practice meditation, you can create this calming effect for yourself so that you aren't so quick to anger because of all the stress we place on ourselves in our daily life. And we can become more compassionate with others and ourselves. The next question then becomes, how do I even meditate? Some people may have the misconception that you have to silence all your thoughts. And while maybe that could be a goal, it's actually quite impossible to do. It's more about recognizing the thoughts, letting them drift by, and releasing them without judgment to create a practice of clearing your mind. One of the easiest methods to practice meditation is simply your breath. And this is something we all do all day long anyway, is to breathe. But when you meditate, it's breathing with intention. So let's practice that right now. Get in a comfortable position and let every muscle just relax in your body. As you gently close your eyes, you may place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And this is important to practice breathing so that you're taking a deep breath through your belly to get oxygen to spread throughout the body most effectively. So let's take in a deep breath as I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it and release for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do that again. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. And out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And was last time, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to the present moment. How do you feel? Relaxed? Calm? Just imagine doing this every day. You can start as simple as 1 minute and work your way up from there. My goal with this practice is 10 minutes, but the longer that you do it and the more that you practice it, the more benefits you can actually get out of it. The next practice is observation. So remember that observation is about visualizing what is happening. When you do this, you can gain clarity and focus on your true goal of what you want to do. When you can visualize what you want to do, it increases your motivation because you can gain the confidence to do it because you've already been practicing it in your brain. If you practice visualizing each day, you're able to track your progress and see how far you have come from your original goal. It can help you prioritize what you want to accomplish that day. And by seeing it in your mind, you're training your brain to take action. When you can regularly observe yourself, you can start to notice the adaptations or changes that you need to make for your next steps and practice how that outcome might look different from what you are currently doing. So then the question becomes, how do I do observation? One of the things I like to do is to write down my daily objectives or goals. I like to choose one from three categories that we function according to in our life. And those are your energy, your work, and your relationships. So I will imagine, how do I want my energy to be today? Do I want to see myself as happy, relaxed, going for a run, or doing yoga? So take a moment now. What do you want your energy to be? How do you want to show up with others today? Remembering that we are all on a wave of energy where we have really high moments and then we have moments where we need to recover. And it's kind of like a roller coaster. We go up and we come back down, and we need to make sure that our energy is staying like that because we don't want to stay way up here real high because that's going to lead us to burnout. We have to intentionally take those breaks. We don't want to stay down here because then we'll never get anything accomplished. So it's going up and down with your energy. So do what your body needs in that moment. Next, let's move to work or career. What is your goal that you have for your work? What are you working on? What's the next step that you need to take? Visualize what that is and what you would actually be doing, what actions you would take, and practice playing that in your mind. Close your eyes and see yourself doing that thing. Imagine how you feel. Do you have a sense of accomplishment? What outcome does this create for you? And then we can move on to relationships. Who is someone that you want to connect with today? See yourself being with them. How are you showing up? How do they respond? What feelings come up for you? You can repeat this with multiple people in your life: your spouse, your children, your parents, your coworkers. Set that intention to be fully present with them. Give your full attention when you are with them. Feel the gratitude and love you encounter when you are with them. And that's how you can practice observation in your life. Visualize showing up in your energy, your work, and your love. Repeat this visualization and practice tweaking and changing it a little day by day, and let it guide your intentions and your actions. So let's talk more about the practice of monograph or journaling. Journaling has so many benefits, but the main one is self-reflection. Through journaling, you can really examine your thinking process and see it on paper what has been inside you all along. By providing yourself this outlet for processing challenging experiences, you can reduce your stress and explore different perspectives so that you can problem solve solutions to those challenges. Journaling also enhances your creativity because you're allowing yourself to have those thoughts to just free flow, and you can really see how you think and make new connections that lead to your personal growth. So most people think that you can just put pen to paper, and that's just too hard. I don't have anything to say or write about. I get it. And sometimes I can even feel that too exhausted to even write. So because that means that I have to think and I'm not in the right mind to think. And usually in that case, I like to go to art or journaling in that way. And the other thing that I might want to do is to meditate. So, anyway, there's many different ways that you can practice journaling, but exploring different ways and techniques can help you bring a variety to the practice while also letting you see which ways that you like to journal the best. One way is through prompts, especially if there is a particular topic that you want to explore more. You can find lots of different resources about different prompts. Another option is art journaling, and that's the one of my favorite things to do, or like a scrapbooking technique that I've discovered all over Pinterest and I absolutely love. But if it's too much work on finding a prompt or just writing down whatever comes to mind, my favorite thing to do is to practice these three topics. First, write down something that you're grateful for. Be specific. What happened, like literally today? What is an experience that you have had? Who did something that made your day? When we discover and practice those micro moments of gratitude, we start to look for all the good that's happening around us. The next thing we want to do is focus on a win. So, what is one thing that you did accomplish today? When you remind yourself of this, you're remembering your value and your worth. Even if all you did was rest, if that was what you needed, then that's a win. And the last thing that I like to write about is a learn. So, what is something that you learned today? It could be a new trivia question, it could be a new skill or a new technique that you tried. Whatever it is, write it down, and this will make you grow so much you won't even know who that person was a year ago from now. So now I've come to the fourth practice, which is exercise. And exercise has an enormous amount of benefits. And I think the one that we hear about the most is weight loss. But exercise doesn't even equate to weight loss as much as our food intake does. So here's why you need to reap the benefits of exercise. Exercise is just movement, and in general can improve your physical body's health. And we're talking about your heart, your lungs, your muscles, your bones, and literally everything in your body that works and does. So, next, it can boost your mood. Are you feeling stressed, anxious, a little sad? Just do any movement for 5 to 10 minutes, and it's a quick jump start to boost your mood into a more positive one. Exercise not only increases your energy, but it also helps you to do the opposite and get some Z's. And one of my favorite benefits is that it increases blood flow to the brain so that you can think better and be more focused and together in your everyday life. Exercise may not be something that you want to do or that you enjoy doing, but if you've ever tried it and you think back to how it made you feel and how you functioned, that should be your motivation to keep doing it. Focus on the immediate results instead of the weight loss, and that can have an impact on you wanting to be able to keep doing it more and more. And while any movement is the ultimate goal, when we talk about exercise, 30 minutes a day is ideal length. But let's be honest, not every day will you have that time. So my solution is to break it up. You can have 5 minutes to go on a walk or run up the stairs. I like to add it into my routine that I already have, like busting out 25 burpees once I get to work during a break time, before lunch, and then before I leave from work. Then I've completed 100 burpees and I've boosted my energy levels throughout the day. Think about what works best for you. Are you more motivated to join a gym, to go to a workout class? Do you like yoga, sports with friends, workout videos? The goal is to be intentional about your movement and to make the decision that it's something that's important to you for your health and well-being, and incorporate it however it works for you. So let's try something simple now as you watch this video. You can stand up or sit, but standing is always better. Then lift your arms to the sky. My ceiling's right here, so it's going to be a little bit harder for me. And now go to your left and stretch your arms. And now let's go to the right arm and stretch. And then you're going to cross your arm across your chest and feel it stretch in your arm right here. And now we're going to stretch the opposite side like this. And then we're going to put your arm out and get those fingers and hands. And you're going to take one hand and pull your fingers back and feel that stretch in your upper arm. And hold it for a second. And let's switch to the other side. And there's my little kitty cat coming up, pawing at me. All right. And that is your stretch. It doesn't take long, just a few seconds, and you can move your body and take a break. In this next practice, we're going to focus on nurturing your mind. So it's important for us to always be seeking and growing for our overall well-being. Nurturing your mind means to actively engage in practices that promote the mental and emotional well-being of your brain and consciousness. And in this practice, we're focusing on learning. The benefits of nurturing your mind include an increase in mental health, especially if you're reading or learning about mental health topics. It can enhance your creativity by learning new ideas and perspectives. When you practice nurturing your mind, you're practicing focusing and concentration. This, of course, will also enhance your brain function. And not only does it do all these things, but it also helps you to become more resilient because you're intentionally learning new strategies, self-care, and cultivating a positive mindset when you seek new knowledge that promotes your own personal growth. Then the question becomes, how do we even nurture our mind? Like I've said, it's really about learning. So the true question is, how do we learn? You can learn in lots of different ways, and successful people typically do this by reading personal growth books. However, I believe we have opportunities for learning and growth beyond books, and that is just one source. What are some different ways that you're already learning? When we choose one thing to focus on, we can sink deeper into knowledge, just like you are taking advantage of the opportunity to learn through listening to this video and other videos within this group. So we can read books, we can watch videos, we can listen to podcasts, and even listening just to positive, uplifting music can help us with our mindset and nurture our minds to grow. We can take a class or join a workshop. So, what ways do you like to nurture your mind? And acknowledge and appreciate yourself for seeking this out as someone who is successful and growing. And finally, we have our practice of testimony, or what most people call affirmations. These also have many benefits for you. Affirmations can help you to be in a positive mindset and set your intention on the person that you want to be by believing and defining yourself as that person. It increases your focus because you gain clarity and insight and intention on your goals and values. By stating them out loud and acknowledging it is reducing your stress because it helps you become calm and centered and intentional. And last but not least is that saying affirmations truly makes transformations. You are manifesting the things that you think and feel to acknowledge and come towards you. You know how when you buy a new car and you never see anyone else with this car until you start driving it and then you notice that they're everywhere? It's kind of like that. When you're focusing and paying attention to the affirmation and the intention you are setting for the person you want to be, you then become the person and affirm your identity, which is so transformational. So, where do you begin with testimony or affirmations? How do you come up with them? The first step is to acknowledge your goals, values, and beliefs. Create a list of goals or values and write them down as the person that you want to be. One of my favorite ways that I have done this is by focusing on 10 areas of my life and deciding who I wanted to be in that area. For instance, in my family, I am loving, patient. In my physical health, I am adventurous and full of energy. In my finances, I am frugal. In my physical environment, I am clean and organized. You can also choose something related to a topic or goal, like I'm confident, I am enough, I'm taking action towards my goals. I statements can be really helpful. One area I've created affirmation is in the top 8 virtues. So sometimes if I don't feel like I am a certain way, and don't like I'm saying I am and I don't feel like that's the truth and I just want to change it, and so I will say may I be. So I will say affirmations such as, may I be wise enough to continue learning and growing. May I be courageous and face my fears. May I have self-discipline to control my feelings, thoughts, and actions. May I be hopeful, for my future has the best me in it. These are just a few, but they are the most helpful when you write and define what works best for you. So, who do you want to be? Write it down and add I am or may I be statement. And there you have it. You've just created your very own affirmations. Remember to change them as you continue to grow and change for yourself. Bring them out of your self care toolbox whenever you need to feel that way or to remind yourself of who you are. And there you have it, my friends. 6 practices to master your moment. I hope you found these self care practices useful and learned something maybe you didn't know before, or maybe I just reminded you about something that you did know, but you just need that reminder of the importance of practicing it.